Hello, in this presentation, I'll be discussing an empirical article titled Hours Invested in Professional Development During Late Career as a Function of Career Motivation and Satisfaction, published in 2006. The purpose of this study was undertaken to determine and understand the career investment behavior of workers in late career, ages 50 to 70, and to examine the role of age and motivational factors in the hours expended in developing human capital. In this study, human capital refers to assets, which add value that an entity brings to the labor market. In this case, we're talking about at the individual level, and these factors are typically in the form of education, training experience, and access to information or capital through participation in social networks. I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about some of the backgrounds that was mentioned in this study. This study suggests that there are economic and individual reasons to extend the work life of older workers. Economic theorists and researchers have concern that there is a shortage of workers, and by having older workers leave the labor force will create a pressure on social security system. In addition, older workers choose to leave labor force for many reasons, just as work no longer offers them the satisfaction that it once did, or some may feel that their skills no longer match the job requirement, and for the majority of them, they had no choice but to retire. When it comes to investment during late careers, there are labor economic theory and research on training and development during late career that discourage investment in older workers, since it's expensive to do so, and the market value of skills acquired by the older workers is expected to be less because of the development that the late adulthood go through. This position has guided policy in ways that affects older workers not to be invested. However, to understand one of the study questions, which is how does one know whether older workers are investing in their human capital? It is suggested to look at the problem from the perspective of older workers, not the employer, and have found that two areas for just investments are professional development activities and networking. This study was conducted in the United States, and they mailed out questionnaires to 6,000 alumni to the U.S. State University School of Business. It resulted in 450 college-educated men from ages 23 to 70. Only men were included in this present study, as relatively few women attended school during the years today late career workers would typically have been in attendance. The set of questions helped measure the hours invested in professional development and in maintaining work-relevant social networks, age, job satisfaction, and career motivation. Measures entail the following two questions. One, on average, how many hours per week do you spend on professional development? Two, on average, how many hours per week do you spend entertaining for business purposes? In addition to this, each member were asked on a 5-scale questionnaire that focused on career match, career insight, clear objective, and job satisfaction. Participants were asked for their date of birth, allowing age to be calculated. The sample was divided into 4 age groups. As you can see, the 4 age group are 23 to 31, 32 to 39, 40 to 49, 50, and 70. These were then coded into 3 variables based on people in their 20s, 30s, or 40s, and making late career 50 to 70 the reference group. They accomplished this by using the linear model to conduct a multivariate analysis and compare the correlation for each of the variables. As a result of all this study, they have found that age was not a factor in the hours spent on professional development and business networking. They also have found that career motivation was associated with the hours invested. Even interesting, the association was as strong for people in late career as for younger workers. People with greater career motivation invest more time in developing their careers, and age does not play much of a role. There is even the suggestion that late career workers' investment of time may be more responsive to career motivation than in the case for some younger worker. Just because hours are expanded does not mean that they are spent well. Older workers may select training based more on their confidence that they will succeed than on the value success would provide for their careers. Which brings in an important question for future research. If people are investing in themselves in late career, what investment would benefit the most? Another discussion was mentioned that late career is a time of potentially vigorous investment in human capital. For those who cancel, people in late career should focus on helping late career workers make the transition into new roles. If there is a wide range of roles available to older workers, the present study suggests that age of itself would not hinder them to contribute.